Historic July Charter 2025 to be signed tomorrow. Chief Advisor and Chairman of National Consensus Commission, Professor Muhammad Yunus, to lead the signing ceremony. All preparations for July Charter signing ceremony completed, says Dr. Ali Riaz. NCP convener Nahid Islam urges the government to give July Charter a legal framework and present its outline before public. Massive fire breaks out at factory in Chattogram EPZ. 19 fire service units along with Army, Navy and Air Force working to douse the fire. HSC and equivalent exam results published with 58.83% pass rate. 69,097 students get GPA 5. Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam demands maximum punishment for Sheikh Hasina, terming her as mastermind of all the evil deeds. Rajshahi University Central Students Union Raksu election held after 35 years, vote counting underway. Final selection round of Notun Kuri continues. Participants to become idols in the country's cultural arena, hopes Information and Broadcasting Advisor. Hamas hands over 2 dead bodies of Israeli hostages, 3 Palestinians killed in Israeli attacks despite ongoing ceasefire. And BCB announces 16-member squad for 3-match ODI series against West Indies. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Tuli Komolika Das, welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the highlights, now let's move on to the details. The much-awaited July National Charter is to be signed tomorrow after about 8 months of discussion between National Consensus Commission and the political parties. Chief Advisor and Chairman of the National Consensus Commission, Professor Muhammad Yunus, will attend one of the important signing ceremony of the country's political history tomorrow. Representatives of political parties and alliance will attend the program to be held at the South Plaza of the National Parliament. The July National Charter 2025 was finalized following discussion in 3 phases with the political parties during long 8 months. The political parties reached consensus over 84 reform proposals of 6 reform commissions. Of them, various political parties had note of dissent on some issues. However, the analysts opined that the consensus reached with more than 30 political parties after discussion for long, which is a milestone in the country's political history. The final copy of the charter was sent to the political parties on behalf of the Commission on October 14th. However, there was difference of opinion over the ways and means to implement the charter. The Commission is supposed to provide separate recommendation in this regard. The political parties have agreed over conducting referendum for implementation of the July Charter, but they disagreed over the voting day and the method. Meanwhile, the Commission has already taken opinion of the experts regarding implementation of July Charter. The analysts said that the method must be chosen through the most acceptable ways and means. In that regard, it would be better if consensus could be reached among the political parties. The analysts expressed the hope that the political parties will get united by sinking indifference for the greater interest of the country. Only then the aspiration of July mass uprising will be fulfilled, they added. National Consensus Commission has almost completed all preparations for the July Charter signing ceremony scheduled for tomorrow. Vice Chairman of the Commission, Professor Ali Riaz, shared these at a press briefing on the July Charter signing ceremony held at the LD Hall of the National Parliament in the capital. Professor Ali Riaz said political parties have reached consensus on 84 subjects of the July National Charter. He informed that the tenure of the National Consensus Commission has been extended up to October 31st. Within this period, the Commission will draft full, specific and concise recommendations and place them before the government for implementation of issues related to the July National Charter. He added that the National Consensus Commission will continue its highest efforts to ensure implementation of the July National Charter. Professor Ali Riaz said the Commission maintains informal communication with all political parties and that this dialogue will continue. Cultural Affairs Advisor Mustafa Sarwar Faruqi and other Commission members were present at the briefing. Meanwhile, Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus, in a message today, has called on all TV and online media to broadcast the July National Charter signing ceremony live. The Chief Advisor urged every Bangladeshi, wherever they are, at home or on the move, in shops, factories, fields or playgrounds, to tune in and be part of the historic moment of July Charter signing ceremony despite political, religious or ethnic differences. He urged all to stand together as one united nation. He said this is time to celebrate together, to feel the power of unity and to draw energy from this historic day of pride and hope. NCP convener Nahid Islam has called upon the government to give the July Charter a legal framework and present its outline before the countrymen. He made the call at a press conference today held at the NCP's central office in the capital, focusing on the implementation of the July Charter and recent political developments. NCP member Secretary Akhtar Hussain and other central leaders were also present at the press conference. Nahid Islam said that the government must clearly explain what the outline of the July Charter will be and how it will be implemented. Otherwise, it may lead to disagreements and divisions in the political arena in the future. A major fire broke out at a factory in the Chattogram Export Processing Zone CEPZ this afternoon. Fire service sources confirmed that 19 firefighting units have been deployed so far in an ongoing effort to douse the flames. Alongside fire service personnel, 5 specialized units of the Bangladesh Navy have also joined the fire control and rescue operation. Members of Bangladesh Army and Bangladesh Air Force are also taking part in the fire control and rescue mission. According to fire service officials, the blaze began around 2 p.m. at Adams Caps and Textile Limited, located on Link Road within Sector 1 of the CEPZ. The factory used to produce medical equipment. Initial reports suggest that the fire started on the 7th floor of the 8-story factory building and quickly spread to the 6th and 5th floors. No casualties have been reported so far. Results of Higher Secondary Certificate HSC and Equivalent Examinations 2025 have been published today with 58.83% pass rate. A total of 7,26,960 students passed under 9 general education boards, the Madrasa Education Board and the Technical Education Board. The overall pass rate stands at 58.83%, while 69,097 students achieved GPA 5. The results were released simultaneously by all education boards at 10 in the morning today. Dhaka Education Board Chairman and Inter-Education Board Coordination Committee Chairman Professor Dr. Khandakar Ihsanul Kabir announced the results centrally at Dhaka Education Board. This year, a total of 12,35,661 students participated in the examinations under the 9 general education boards, the Bangladesh Madrasa Education Board and the Bangladesh Technical Education Board. Among them, 6,11,446 were male students, of whom 3,33,864 passed, marking a pass rate of 54.60%. A total of 32,053 male students obtained GPA 5. There were 6,24,215 female students participated in this year's examination and 3,93,096 of them passed, achieving a pass rate of 62.97%. A total of 37,044 female students secured GPA 5. Overall, 59,232 more female students passed than male students and 4,991 more female students achieved GPA 5 compared to their male counterparts. At 8 overseas examination centers, 291 students took part, with 279 passing, resulting in a pass rate of 95.88%. Under the 9 general education boards, 10,47,242 students appeared and 5,98,166 passed, with a pass rate of 57.12%. Among them, 63,219 students earned GPA 5. A total of 62,609 students passed the examinations under Madrasa Education Board with pass rate of 75.61%, while 4,268 students obtaining GPA 5. The Technical Education Board had 1,05,610 candidates, of whom 66,185 passed, showing a pass rate of 62.67%. A total of 1,610 students achieved GPA 5 under this board. A total of 345 educational institutions achieved a 100% pass rate, while 202 institutions had no students passing this year. The HSC and equivalent examinations were held from June 26 to August 19, 2025. This year's HSC and equivalent examination results have surprised everyone. Education advisor Professor Chaudhry Rafiqul Abrar said that the true crisis in the education sector had long been masked by attempts to showcase better results. He made the remarks at a press conference today held at the Secretariat, marking the disclosure of the HSC 2025 results. The education advisor said that both the pass rate and the number of GPA 5 achievers decreased this year. The advisor said the HSC results were weaker this year due to a drop in the pass rate and the number of GPA 5 achievers. The issue would be reviewed with experts next week, he added. Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam has said that Sheikh Hasina was the key instigator behind the July-August killings and therefore she deserves the highest punishment. He made the remarks while briefing journalists after concluding the state's closing arguments in the war crimes case filed over crimes against humanity during the July movement against Sheikh Hasina and 2 others. The arguments began this morning at the International Crimes Tribunal 1, led by Justice Ghulam Murtuza Majumdar and comprising 3 members. On the final day, Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam presented arguments on behalf of the state. He said that had members of the army not stood as shields between the police and protesters during the July movement, many more lives would have been lost. At the hearing, the Chief Prosecutor presented arguments supporting 3 out of the 5 charges brought against Sheikh Hasina. He also cited testimonies of several witnesses among the 54 recorded over 28 working days, along with details of killings and acts of torture committed during the July movement. In addition, several articles of the Geneva Convention and international verdicts on mass killings were submitted as references before the tribunal. Following the prosecution, state-appointed defense lawyers will present arguments in favor of Sheikh Hasina, after which the prosecution will have the opportunity to rebut. Once arguments conclude, the case will move toward the verdict stage. Earlier on October 8th, the 54th and final witness testimony was recorded, marking the end of the 28 working day hearing, with investigating officer Muhammad Alamgir being cross-examined. Besides Sheikh Hasina, the 2 other accused in this case are former Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and former IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, who is now a prosecution witness in the case. Meanwhile, the International Crimes Tribunal 2, headed by Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhry, has set October 20th for the next witness hearing in the Ashulia Savar case concerning the burning of 6 bodies and 7 murders during the July movement. The order came today after the 12th day of witness examination in the tribunal. LGRD advisor Asif Mahmood Shojib Bhuiya today pleaded for awarding exemplary punishment to those involved in committing crimes against humanity during the mass uprising in July and August 2024. He made the plea in his testimony as a prosecution witness 19 in a case filed under the Crimes Against Humanity over the killings of 6 innocent people in the city's Chankarpur area on August 5th, 2024. Asif Mahmood testified for the second day at the International Crimes Tribunal 1 and was later cross-examined by the defense counsels. Asif Mahmood Shojib Bhuiya testified for the first time on October 9th, narrating how he saw 2 people being shot dead in front of him during police firing in the capital's Chankarpur area on August 5th, 2024. During the testimony, he accused the ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal, Habibur Rahman, Awami League leaders and the commanding authority in the police for the killings. Asif Mahmood Shojib Bhuiya described how intelligence personnel from various agencies tried to persuade them to withdraw the movement. The third day of the final selection round of Bangladesh Television's popular talent hunt show Notun Kuri is being held today, continuing until October 21st. The final round is taking place at the Bangladesh Television headquarters in Rampura, Dhaka. From each division, the top 5 contestants in every category, based on their highest scores in the divisional selection, are participating in this round. The selected participants were informed of their audition dates and times via SMS on their mobile phones. From early morning, the BTV premises have been filled with the presence of young contestants and their guardians, creating a lively atmosphere. Launched in 1976, Notun Kuri was the first reality show-style talent hunt program in the Indian subcontinent. Many renowned artists began their journeys through this platform. After being discontinued for several years, Notun Kuri has returned with its original name and theme song. Meanwhile, on the third day of the final round, Mahfouza Akhtar, Joint Secretary of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, visited the Notun Kuri activities. She was accompanied by Mohammad Rokonuddin, Deputy Director General of Finance and Administration and Coordinator of the Notun Kuri cell at Bangladesh Television. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Muhammad Mahfouz Alam has expressed hope that the participants of Notun Kuri will later become idols in the country's cultural arena and make positive contributions to building a new Bangladesh. He said the popular program was relaunched to provide the younger generation with opportunities to develop and showcase their talents. The advisor shared these remarks in a special interview with Bangladesh Television about its popular show Notun Kuri 2025. Notun Kuri, one of BTV's most popular programs, is a talent hunt competition for children and teenagers. After the regional and divisional rounds, the final selection phase is now underway. Participants are being selected through a transparent and participatory process at every stage. After long 35 years, voting of Rajshahi University's Central Students' Union Raksu Hall Shongshod and student representative election in Senate were held. Now the vote counting is underway. Earlier, the Raksu polling began at 9 in the morning and continued till 4 in the afternoon. Voting took place simultaneously in 17 centers of all the academic bhavan. This year, 247 candidates, including 11 panels and independent, are contesting for 23 posts, 58 for 5 posts of student representatives in Senate, and 597 candidates are vying in 15 posts of the each hall Chongshod are competing in the Chakaksu election. In the Raksu election, 18 candidates are contesting for VP post, 13 are vying for GS post and 16 others for AGS post. 200 others are contesting for 20 positions in the election. The total number of voters in Raksu and Senate are 28,901. Of them, 11,305 are female and 17,595 are male students. Pilot Captain Shahabuddin Ahmed Bir Uttam, a valiant freedom fighter and liberation war hero known for his role in air missions such as Operation Kilo Flight, passed away at his residence in Dhaka's Gulshan around 8 a.m. today. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. He was 77. His namaz-e-janaza was held at the Bangladesh Air Force Base Bashar. Earlier, floral wreaths were placed on his body on behalf of the President, the Chief Advisor, the Chief of Air Staff and his family members. Later, his body was sent to his ancestral home in Faridpur. In his professional life, the valiant freedom fighter made extraordinary contributions to the motherland. Now moving on to the international news.